Going live. And good evening, everyone. This is Terry, your Amazon private label coach, and I'm just here to want to invite you to this edition of Sell Your Own Product on Amazon for Income and Lifestyle, with the emphasis, as usual, on the lifestyle, because that's what it's all about. That's what we teach, that it shouldn't be a lot of work. It should be something you can relax at and you do, and that's what we teach, and that's what we show you tips to do it every week, and that's what this is all about. Tonight we're going to talk about back to school. Now, I know some of you probably just got your kids maybe home this week or something like that, but the point of it is, it's time. If you're selling on Amazon and you're going to sell back to school, man, that stuff, you should be sourcing that right now. It should be in, because that product's got to be into Amazon. Should be into Amazon. If you want to take advantage of the back to school, it should be in there by August 1st, because some schools start right about the middle of August. So that's only like 2 weeks before, and some schools start the middle of September, so there's that time frame in there, but you want to get it in the beginning. If you're going to source for back to school, you want to get in there. You want to get your product in there. You want to get your product listed. You want to get your product selling. So when the people come, they can go. And that's what this is all about. So without any further ado, I've got a little PowerPoint tonight. And this is for you that don't work this. I mean, this is your first time or something like that. This is how it works. I'm going to do a little PowerPoint over here. And then when I finish the PowerPoint, we're going to turn on the question and answers, and you're welcome to ask any questions. Those questions about what we're talking about here, or what we're going to, any question you want to do about private label period, we'll talk about. So I have no problem on that. So without much further ado, let's head on over to the PowerPoint, and if I can find it right here, just a minute, we're going to go screen share. We're going to go right here. So we're going to see, and right here we go, sourcing for back to school and beyond. So we're going to talk about, we're not going to talk a lot about the beyond too, because we've got time for some of the stuff coming up, but sourcing for back to school, that's what we want to talk about tonight. That's where the ad, in case you don't know, in a lot of categories, back to school is probably the second biggest promotion of the year after Q4. And, Q4, we got to, I think about that. I need some ideas. Somebody sent me. We got to change that from Q4, because that's about as misleading as back. Q4 is not, it's actually the last half of Q4, if you want to say it like that. But so wouldn't be the last. I don't know. Anyway, idea. We need to call it something else, I guess, because when you say Q4, man, people think you're starting October, and October is it's about the same as anything else. So what can I say? What we're talking about is sourcing right now for back to school and beyond. Like I say, back to school starts in actually 6 weeks from now. Right now, this is the middle of June, middle of August. So you need to have it in there. You need to have that stuff in there about the 1st of August, so you can get it in there, and it can start getting selling and finding its place, and getting all those pictures in there and everything like we teach you. So that product is just going to fly off the shelf when it goes. So sourcing for back to school and beyond. Back to school. All right. So 6 weeks to back to school. What can I tell you? Now, back to school includes, now let me tell you something. This is not an all-inclusive list by any means. I just put this together yesterday or a day before, I guess, to give you some idea. It's not an all-exclusive. You go on Amazon, you're going to find other things, because when you go back to school, there's nothing. There's, besides just the plain old school supplies, there's clothing and well, as we got it listed here, I'll go on. There's a lot more than what I've got here, folks, but these are just some of the things I thought about. Any kind of sporting equipment in that, but back to school includes all school supplies, pens, pencils, and this is a good thing for you people that like to bundle. You can bundle a back to school pack. Every teacher comes out with what they want on that, but they're pretty much all the same. And what the teachers, in the different grade levels now. Don't forget me now. Somebody from the starting in 1st or 2nd grade is going to have a different little supply list than somebody's in high school or something like that. But you know what I'm talking about. If you people that like to bundle, great ideas here. You can have a first grade bundle and a second grade bundle and a third grade bundle. There's all kind of stuff you could do. And man, you could start a brand under that. You could put it Terry's first grade bundle, Terry's All Pro first grade bundle. What can I tell you? Or Jan's All Pro first grade bundle, or whoever's watching Don's All Score Pro first grade bundle. I don't know. I just know the number of people out there, but I don't know who's watching, so can't really help you out on that. But anyway, so all school supplies, you can put those, you can make those bundles, like I said. And then one of the hot sellers, man, is backpacks, and they sell a ton of backpacks this time of year. Every kid, if he can convince his mom and dad that his backpack he used last year and is still in perfectly good shape won't make it anymore, he's going to get a new backpack. And they do. They sell a ton of backpacks. Shoes, my gosh, shoes. Any self-respecting kid's probably not going to go to school with the same shoes they wore last year. You know, that would be almost a mortal sin there or something like that. So what can I tell you? Shoes, clothing, unders and outers. Don't forget those package of whitey tighties, and you know, and underwears and all that kind of stuff is just going to fly off the shelf. Probably there's more. Well, I don't know if there's back to be seen. Like I say, back to school is the second biggest promotion of the year after Christmas and that, you know, and you sell a ton of clothes, jackets, gloves, boots, scarves, you know. Now there's a site there. I gave you that site right there, and that is it. All that is, and you can look under Google, and you'll find that that's it's Babbel.com, and teen boy clothes that gets the girl. What can I tell you? It's a list of clothes that every self-respecting teen boy, if he's going to get any girls, has got to have. So take advantage of that. Or it's not take advantage of that, but look at that and see what they're talking about, because the kids do. Believe me, the kids do. And if they're conscious of their wardrobe and you start getting in middle school and that, believe me, they're conscious of the wardrobe and want to see what clothes the girls that they can wear to get the girls. So believe me, it's something to take advantage of. You go to there and they'll tell you. And besides, I just picked that one. There was probably 15 or 20 different lists on that. Just go to Google and type in teen back to school clothes list or something like that, and you're going to get a whole slew of stuff. But take advantage of it, look at it and see what it's going, and then go to Amazon and find out what it is. So all sporting goods and clothes, anything is back to school. That all makes a big difference. It all is what the kids want, because you know, as long as not only does school start, but also starts the football, little league, the different groups. There's tons of them out there. And I'm not going to start listing them all, but it doesn't make any difference. But they've all got certain clothes they have to wear, cleats they've got to wear. That is all kind of, and this is the time, when that stuff gets sold, guys. So let me tell you that. And like clothing and shoes and all that, those are gated categories. And so if you're not in gated categories and you think about it, why you can get in gated categories. All you do is you contact Amazon. They'll give you a list of stuff you have to do and have to know and show them in order to get ungated for that category. And if you don't, there's all kind of ungated services out there that will get you ungated. We'll do the work for you, get you ungated, so you're good to go. The other thing is that's sometimes it's a piece of cake and sometimes it's not, especially in clothing and that, because you have to know how to do a flat file and some of those things like that. So if you're not really up on that, you might want to get one of those ungated services that will help you get ungated. And I didn't put it on here. I know of a couple good ones. I will be glad to give you a link. If you just shoot me an email or something like that, I'll be glad to do it. I just try to think of their name, but I can't. And so I should have put it on here, and I apologize for that. So if you want those, send me, and I will get you a list on them. Or the two or three that I know of. I'm sure there's more than that out there, but these are the two. So 6 weeks to back to school. Back to school runs August through September. It's the second busiest time after Q4 with clothing and and products like that, shoes like we talked about, tidy whities, any of that kind of stuff. It's a must need. That's when most parents go out and restock the clothing, underwear, and shoes and all that for their kids, because it's the start of a new year and they want the kids to be looking neat. And so they do that this time of year. So like I say, some schools start already the middle of August. Some might even start earlier than that, but I do know some that start the middle of August. So you need that stuff into Amazon by the 1st of August to get it in there. And so take advantage of this. But if you're doing a private label and like that, this is a great opportunity. Like I say, you can private label some bundles. You can private label a lot of different stuff. So what can I tell you? Products need to be in Amazon by August 1st. And some of the items I mentioned are gated. Yes, they are gated, and that should not stop you. There's all you have to do is contact Amazon. They will give you a list of what you need to do to get ungated, and just do that and get ungated, and you're off to fly. And sometimes you're better off in some of these ungated categories because the competition is a lot less. A lot of sellers on Amazon are just looking to get by. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of them are just looking to get by, and they don't really care. So they're not going to go and they're not going to do the work to get in these ungated categories. But I'm going to tell you, folks, there's gold in these ungated categories. So, I mean, these gated categories. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes I get excited here, and what can I tell you? But there's gold in these gated categories, and it doesn't take that much to get ungated. So, so there we go. So let's go on. So, okay, here I did do this. These are the gated communities. There's 2 pages of them here. So 3D printed products, automotive and power sports are gated. Amazon custom, beauty is gated. Clothing and accessories are gated. Remember I told you, in clothing and accessories, you're going to have to learn how to do a flat file and all that, but don't let that scare you. There's people out there that will show you how to do it, and we're not talking bukus of money to do that, to get you ungated and teach you how to do a flat file. So don't let that bother you. Amazon exclusive jewelry. There's one of the ones that, man, I'm telling you, I don't know about this back to school so much with jewelry, but Q4, ooh, that's jewelry. That's the stuff flies off the shelf. Luggage and travel accessories, sexual awareness, carrier branded lock cell phones, sports collectible, cell phones and accessories, watches are gated, collectible books, collectible coins. And then we're going to have entertainment collectibles are gated, fine art is gated, gift cards are gated, grocery and gourmet food. As you know, that's one area that I was a big seller in, grocery and gourmet food. So I can tell you a lot about it. And same thing with health and personal care. Those are 2 that I'm in. I'll tell you what. Good categories. All I'm going to say, and they're well worth you checking out. But like I say, I wouldn't try to get. Let me explain something here. These are gated categories, and I don't think expect you to. I don't encourage you to get ungated in all those. I would encourage you to take 2 or 3, or maybe just 1 to get started, 1 this year, 1 next year, or something like that. If you want to get in a gated category, and get in there and learn the gated category. Don't cherry pick it. That's the worst thing you can do. Whatever the category you get, learn it. Like I say, I want when groceries and gourmet foods, and there's a lot of different areas in there, and I chose one. I chose cookies and crackers in that, and I know cookies and crackers like the back of my hand, and I can tell you what's going to sell, what can't. I can tell you what you have to watch out for, and all that, because I spent the time in that community, and that's what I'm saying to you. If you want to get in some of these gated, there's gold in these gated communities, but you have to put the time in to learn it. And that's okay. You learn by making mistakes. That's a mistake is just a pathway to the next success. So don't worry about it. Health and personal care, all these independent design, industrial and scientific. Now there's another one that probably if I was going to go do another one, that would probably be the one I would be. But because there's a lot of neat stuff in industrial and scientific, and major appliances, services, shoes, handbags, and sunglasses. Now that's what we're talking about. When you get into your teens, back to school, those are big items. Shoes, handbags, and sunglasses. What can I tell you? Video, DV, and Blu-ray, and wine. So those are your gated communities. So you can look at those. You can go to Amazon and once you've set up your account and all that, you can go in there and find out what you need to get ungated. Or if you can't, shoot me a file and I will help you. But I'm not going to help you get ungated. That's what we've got, a couple services that they're experts at that, and I'm not. I don't know much about a flat file and clothing, for one thing, but I do know that I do know some people that can get you in, and as they were called, they're ungating companies, and they do a great job. They don't charge a lot of money, and they help you get in, and that's what you want. So with that being said, I'm going to take a drink of water, and then I'm going to the next slide, which here is Beyond Back to School. So hold on just a minute. That tastes good. Beyond Back to School, you know, right there at Back to School, right in the middle of it is Labor Day and Flag Day. So now last year, Labor Day, Flag Day, I was in Memorial Day. I did an awful lot in patriotic articles like flags, bunting, paper plates, cups and napkins, straws, flags. I put that down. There's a lot of that kind of stuff, and I sold a ton of that stuff last year. I didn't do it this year because of moving and everything, and as you know, we just moved in that, and I spent a lot of time into that, so I missed that, but I'm sure I'll be back next year and we'll be in there. But excuse me just a minute. It's a great thing to be in because you'd be surprised the number of people when they have these holidays parties, they want those napkins, they want the paper plates, they want all that to be patriotic, and stars and stripes and bunting that you put around your railing, you know, of your house or your porch and all that. And there's nothing wrong with that, folks. It's a good item, and just sell good items on that, and you'll be fine. Those you know, another thing that they don't tell you for those holidays and all that are the lanterns, you know, the ones you put the little candle in and stuff like that and go off. So what can I tell you? So much for that. Beyond Back to School. So Labor Day, Flag Day. So patriotic articles, flags, bunting, paper plates, cups, napkins, and then Halloween. And Halloween is spectacular profit time. You see the cat, he's waving at you there, and I'm not going to spend too much on Halloween, because we'll probably do a whole session on nothing but Halloween probably next month, because but let me tell you, there's Halloween is a really profitable time of year, and let me tell you, folks, part of the thing about doing private label is to get your base products in there. Get your base products in there that are going to support you year round, and then, man, you can start to play around with these special holidays like Halloween, Back to School, and all that, and you can make some great deals, because a lot of the stuff you're going to sell at Back to School, it's going to trickle down after August. You know, I mean, or after October, it's going to trickle down. You might sell a little bit in Q4 or something like that, but it's not until next year. But that's okay, because what the amount of profit you make, man, if you can do a Back to School and you can make yourself an extra $10,000-$15,000 in that month, why in the heck would not you do it? Why wouldn't you do it? I mean, and so you just the products, you let them trickle down, and then you put that on your slip. So you reorder it again next June, May, June, you order them again and get them in. So it's just set it up on a calendar, set it up on a basis, set it up to remind you. You can set it up in your Amazon, how to notify you, and it's just a great time, folks, to take advantage of it, because, like I said, with private label, you know, once you get your products going and they're ordered automatically and they're delivered automatically, and you don't have anything to do except to just cash that the darn or just spend the money that Amazon puts in your account, because everything is automatic. So you can spend some time on some of these other times a year, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's a like I got down there, a spectacular profit time. Halloween's good, and believe me, Back to School we've been talking about is good. So we're going to talk about Halloween next week. We're not going to talk about too much. So what can I tell you? So I wrote you, here's some places to go to find winners to make better. Amazon's the place to go to find winners to make better. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied here, and what can I tell you? I am sorry, but Amazon to find winners to make better. You don't go to Alibaba, you go to Amazon, find out what's selling, and you take that product and you make it better. I can't stress that enough. Don't go make the same product. You change the packaging, do whatever you can do to make the perceived value of that product better. And sometimes we're only talking 2-3 cents to do that. Can you make a big change? Sometimes from going a cellophane package to a nice box, it doesn't cost that much, folks. You'd be surprised. It doesn't cost that much. And it makes the perceived value of your product, oh man, so much better. So much better to look at, so much better to feel, so much better to touch. It makes a big difference. And sometimes for a 5-cent add-on, you can get $2-3 in extra income off of that thing because it's a perceived value is so much better. So don't be afraid of it. Don't think you have to be the low guy on the totem pole or the low guy in the to get the, because you're not worrying about a buy box. You've got your own product you're selling, and you're going to sell. You go into the person that you maybe copied from and made better. You're going to smother them because you're going to do what we teach you in the course, and you're going to come out smelling like a rose. Now, some of the reasons you can do that is when you go to Amazon to find these winners to make better, you want to go over and you want to look at camelcamel.com. Now, Camel does nothing more, but it's going to tell you what the product you picked out. If it was available last year, it's going to tell you how it sold last year. Some of this like Halloween stuff and that, you have to be extra special because Halloween products are going to sell during October, and then they're going to drop off and they're going to sell the rest of the year. So you got to compare October with October and everything like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So just be specific. It's all common sense. But go over to Camel. Get yourself an account there, or just go in and start using the website. It doesn't cost anything. It's a no-brainer, but it's a way to check what the product you're making better, how it did last year at a certain time. So go check it out and take advantage of it. Take advantage. These places are all theirs for you, and it just takes a little bit of time to go over there and check it out. Another thing is Jungle Scout. The link underneath is from my page because I do a complete review of Jungle Scout. I think it's something, if you're serious about doing private label, you're serious about doing wholesale or even retail arbitrage, you need Jungle Scout. Just quite simply because there's nothing else out there like it. Will give you a projected for how many units you're going to sell, how many units you're going to sell per month, what the expected profit is, and all that. So I think everybody needs it. That's what I'm going to say. Anybody that's serious about their job, let's put it that way. If you're not serious, if you're just going to go out and play around, no, because Jungle Scout, when it costs $67 or something like that. No matter what it is, it's well worth it. I'll tell you that. It's, but you're going to need it if you're serious. If you're not, don't worry about it, because you can do the same thing by hand. It just takes a lot of time. Except the thing, I will say, Jungle Scout does have the algorithms now, and I think they're pretty much right on. The algorithms is because it'll tell you, take a product and it'll tell you what the projected sales for the month are. To me, that's invaluable, especially if it's a new product and all that, and you're going to want to know how much you should order for a certain time or something like that, for that time period or something to place your order. I think it's invaluable. I think it gives you a good idea. And what can I say? So let's go on to find better. Now, to source products, go to now here we go, Alibaba.com. Take a look at this. Okay, but Alibaba.com is probably the place I use the most. I started using the second one down there, Global Sources, more. For simply the reason is with Alibaba, they don't categorize their stuff. They do. They I just don't like the way Alibaba sends out reminders or the stuff that I've looked up before. They keep sending, and some of that stuff I've looked up and discontinued, and I probably could go in there and turn it off or something, but I don't. They keep sending it out, and so much I'm not. But Global Sources, let me tell you, Global Sources is the same company that puts together the Hong Kong Trade Fair and some of those other things. And so if you sign up for their weekly newsletter, once again, there's absolutely nothing. I'm not making anything there. They're not making anything off of it. But the thing I like about Global Sources is with the top 20 most popular trending products in each category, and they have got bukus of categories. So go in and find those categories that you're there and sign up, and they will send you once a month at least the trending products, the top products in those, and they're great places to source from. So I just encourage you to think that once again, if you're serious about private label and that, you need to get signed up with Global Sources. Don't have to buy anything. Just for one thing, and did I already mention this? Their articles, they've got some of the best articles I have ever seen on things about from shipping from China and all that. They've got articles on how to do that, how to use local freight carriers and all that. So and what to expect. I think you just need to check it out. Like I say, I'm not making any money off of it or anything else. I'm just trying to help you here because I think the Global Sources website is invaluable as far as information is. I think you could spend a couple of weeks there and just read articles and everything like that and learn a lot. But and then come over to my course or something like that. We'll tell you how to put it into action. That is a shameless plug, folks. Tell you what, no problem. So, all right. So Alibaba, Global Sources. Now, worldwide brands. I get tongue-tied all the time, and for some reason, I call it different. I call it okay. It is worldwide brands. Is what it's called. It is a neat website, and they've got everything categories. I've been a member of Worldwide Brands for probably 8-9 years, something like that. It's a site, and I'm going to tell you, it costs you to join. I believe it's somewhere around $250, something like that. But believe me, if you're serious about sourcing, and especially here in the States and Canada and that, you can't beat it because they have. You can put a product in there you want to source. Put it into their thing, and they'll find you any place in the United States or Canada where they made it or they exported or what you want to call it. It'll have it in there, and they have them in by categories. They have drop shippers, and that's a whole nother story. Some night we're going to talk about drop shippers because you can make money on drop shipping. Believe it or not, you're not going to make it a lot, but it's not going to cost you anything because a drop shipper is nothing more than you go to Amazon and you take the pictures from the drop shipper and all that, you list them, put them up there, and then as soon as you sell the product, Amazon sends you a little note, hey, you sold this product, and so you just send your drop shipper a purchase order for that, and the drop shipper ships it to your customer, and the drop shipper bills your credit card, and then you of course get paid from Amazon and all that. Believe me, it's a nice way to pick up some extra money. I use drop shippers. I still got I don't know how many I've got. Maybe I don't know. I might have 10-20 items that I sell drop ship. And it's really nice. You get up in the morning and you see this notice from Amazon, and congratulations, you've sold this product. And I see what it is, and I know who it comes from. And I send them a purchase order, and they send it out. And like I say, Amazon pays me. Don't quite make as much as I do on some of the private label products, but that's okay. It's just, like I say, it's kind of gravy, and these are things you need to learn. I wouldn't want to try to make a living off of drop shipping, but like I say, it's some gravy, it's frosting on the cake. So take that for what it'd be. Worldwide Brands. If anybody, if you're serious about it, you need a membership to Worldwide Brands. For especially if you're going to do drop shipping or something like that, because it's got everything. And the neat thing about Worldwide Brands, one of the biggest complaints I hear, there's a lot of number of wholesalers, and they teach, you send the wholesalers the letter, they give you a letter, and they tell you how you want it, and say a lot of them come back, well, what's your account? What do you do this? What do you have a website and all that? Let me tell you, the people you're going to find at Worldwide Brands are used to Amazon and eBay sellers, and they'll tell you, it'll tell you right there on the company's thing that they take eBay and Amazon sellers, and they'll welcome you with open arms. And they know exactly, they probably know more about it than you do, what goes on in that, if they've been doing it for a while. So they'll work with you. And what can I tell you? Worldwide brands. If you're thinking about drop shipping, even if you're thinking about what we're doing, sourcing for what we're doing, especially for Halloween and some of those type of items, back to school, you're going to find local suppliers that are going to take care of all your needs. So what can I tell you? Go on to there. So source products, go to Alibaba, global sources, and worldwide brands. So for trending ideas. Now, what do I mean by a trending idea? You know, we live in a culture. The kids watch so much television. They watch some, and they're fed with ideas. They're fed with images all the time. And those images start to make trends. And trends make big sellers. Trends make gigantic sellers. So you kind of want to get some idea of what we're talking about. And so this is magazines.com on demand. You can forget about all that. And I don't know why I put that on there. Just go to www.magazines.com. Now, and what you're going to find, it's a site that sells magazines. But the thing you're interested in, right? I think you should be interested in is magazines.com. They change the cover of the magazines they're selling every month. As a new cover comes out, they put it on. Now, why should you care about that? Because those covers show what's trending. Tell you what, a little bit, I have got this set up. So if you'll just bear with me a minute, I'm going to take you over to magazines.com. Let's see if we're going to go out of this, and we're out of that. So we're going to stop this, and you get to see my handsome face here for just a couple of minutes. And then we're going to go over to, where did I put it? Oh, right here we go. Okay. And here we go. Now we're going back. This is magazines.com. That's all you need to put that long. I don't know why I did that. I just clicked it on there and I shouldn't. So, but I wanted to show you something on here. And the reason I'm going to go over here, because this is, like I say, I've been using this magazines.com for, oh man, probably 8-9 years, same as the other stuff, because as you know, I used to do a lot of, I still do some affiliate sales, and this is where I got headlines. I tell you what, the people that write these magazines know how to write a headline. So I went there for ideas, headlines. I went there for a lot of things. In the same way, when you're doing a description in Amazon, you want to make that thing pop. And these people know how to make it pop. Now, you notice right now, of course, everything is going to be on Bruce and Caitlin. That's the same person, but that's the trending this month, you know. But the reason I wanted to bring you over here and show you, because this has got something that I don't know if anybody's caught it here yet or not. Look at these. This one, the big closet makeover, summer living, the pies of summer, cookbook, and I'm sure you're going to find in this one here, if you look, and you're going to find new utensils made for summer. That's what's trending. Summer cookbook, the Avengers, entertainment, look at the Middle East. But I don't know if anybody's seen it. Then there's more. You can view more titles. Go down here and go down, and it's all good stuff. But this is something that really caught my eye, and I'm going to. It's real simple. It's a magazine. It's a good magazine. A real one. I'm going to click on it here. I'm going to show you. I don't know if you've noticed what's odd about this. Well, I'm going to tell you, I give you a hint. Do you know what month is? This is June. We're in June. Now I want you to look at this. The big closet makeover. The thing that's strange about this, and it really has got me worrying, and not worrying by any means, but wondering. I don't understand what they're doing. I don't quite understand it, because all closet makeover, closet wardrobe, and storage containers and all that is a January item. Now, why are they specializing or featuring in it in June? I don't understand that. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it or anything like that, but it's out of place. So something's going on, because this is a big magazine, and they know exactly what they're doing. So if anybody's got any insights on that, why, email me, let me know. I would love to know, because it's just really got the summer gift guide. You know, this is all wardrobe thing, and that's January. That's stuff you promote in January. January is when they have the not Tupperware, that's not what I want to say, but the word containers, and it is because people get so much stuff for Christmas time, they got to be able to put the old stuff away so that 10 years later they'll find it and then wonder why they kept it. But what can I tell you? That's the way we do as a society. And believe me, folks, I ought to know. As you know, 2 weeks ago I moved, and gosh darn it, I did not realize we'd only been in that house 12, I think my wife said close, a little over 13 years, something like that. And I didn't realize that you could accumulate so much junk. I mean, we took stuff down from the shelves and the closets and all that were, what can I tell you? There was stuff there that I didn't know what to do, but we accumulated. And so, but that's some of the reasons in every January they promote the storage stuff, because you get more for Christmas, so you have to. But and so that's the reason I wanted to show you this. Real simple. But back to the thing I'm trying to tell you about. This is the streamline your wardrobe and your space. The big closet makeover. Those, my folks, are headlines. Those are, folks, stuff that you want to use in your descriptions. Those are stuff you want to use in your bullet points. And that's what you want to, that's where you come over to this magazine thing to get ideas for. So with that much said, I'm going to go back now, and we're going to come back. You get to see me in person here. Here I am in all my glory. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the showcase, and I'm going to turn on the question and answer. If anybody's got any, we've got, hey, here's, hi, somebody says, Don Schaefer says, hi. Hi, Don. Now, let me see. So Don's got some questions. You got questions right here, guys. Why, put it on. There's quite a few on the show tonight. So let's have a good time and make me work. You know, what can I tell you? If you see, I had trouble last week, and so I put my microphone. Usually I don't have it here where you can see it. I usually have it a little farther away, but I brought it closer so I don't have to talk as loud as usual, because the place we're living here. And I don't know, last week we had some problems, and this week we didn't. But I did find one thing out. Last night we got a heck of a storm right about the time of this time last night, and I didn't realize it, but this part of the thing is just an aluminum roof, and the rain was coming down, and you couldn't have heard anything. So if we get a storm and we get a long one like last night on this, I'm probably going to be out of business here, but we'll work on something and we'll get it figured out. So what can I tell you? But I'm glad to see everybody here tonight. So if you see this thing right here and you wonder what it is, that's my spit guard for my microphone here. You can see the microphone come in here. This is a AT 2020 USB mic. It's a good mic. It's supposed to keep me from, as I say, it's got the spit guard on there and everything like that. So it kind of makes me look like, well, I don't say Rush Limbaugh because I don't know about him, but one of these, I don't know. Anyway, talk to Don. Don says, hi, Terry. Hello, Don. How are you tonight? I saw some of your things on, let me pull them up here. See, on one of the forums. I don't know if I'd explained this or not, and I've got to, 2 months ago, Facebook came and I've got 2 accounts on Facebook, one under Terry Shire and one under Enduring Bamboo. That's one of my product names, and it's the thing. And it's the thing when I first joined Facebook years ago or something like that, I thought, well, I'll use that, and it's a good way to promote the product is through the use of that. So I used Enduring. So I had one account under Terry Shire and one under account under Enduring Bamboo. Well, somehow Amazon, not Amazon, but Facebook decided a couple of months ago that they found out I was one the same and I had these 2 accounts, and so they bought it, and so they wanted me to change from Enduring Bamboo, which is my old trademark name, and nothing wrong with that. I'm known by a lot of people as Enduring Bamboo. So anybody that's familiar with QES, Jim Cochran's CES conference or something like, knows me as Enduring Bamboo, and I've been known by that, and so I go by that, and there's no problem with that. But somehow they keep limiting until the last 2 weeks now. I don't even get it, because I know Don, this is a friend of mine right here, Don Schaefer, posts a really inspiring message every day on Facebook. But I usually always have for a year. I've got it now, but now all of a sudden the last 2 weeks I don't, and I'm really having trouble. The only way I can go in and try to sign into my Facebook account, Enduring Bamboo, and it switches me over to Terry Shire, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I've got friends that I really want to keep in contact with over on the Enduring Bamboo account, and they're not on the Terry Shire. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got to figure something out, because now the only way is to get over to the Enduring Bamboo, I have to go get to somebody, my friend that sent me a message from there, click on that and get in that way. And so that I know that's my problem, and I don't mean to bore you with it, but just trying to explain to Don why I haven't been responding like I usually do, because I really like his quotes of the day and his sayings of the day. He's been doing it for a long time, and what can I tell you? That's my problem. Got to get it figured out. But if anybody knows anything about that, or any way to overcome that, why, I would appreciate it, because like I say, I wouldn't mind combining if I knew how to too, but I don't want to lose all those ones from the Enduring Bamboo, because I have a lot of good friends over there that I spent time with at the CES conference and the ASM conferences. I spend a lot of time in people, and I don't want to lose contact with them. And if I could just bring them over to Terry Shire as my friends in that, I would love that. But I don't know how to do that. So like I say, that's my problem, not yours. So anyway, we're going to come back here. So Don, bundling currently answering, bundling some of these items will increase your margins. We are already selling July 4th bundles. Bonnie put together, cost $450, sold for $19.95. Hey, Don, that is terrific. And that's the way, look at that ROI, folks. That's the way it should be. You know, this thing talked to about 20% ROI and stuff like that is a bunch of garbage. You're not going to make any money. I lost a lot of money last year because I listened to that and really didn't. And I had some extra cash. We put it in there, and I lost some money last year because I listened to that. And it's this old thing that if you can sell it once a month and at 20%, you're going to make money. Boo. Let me tell you about it, because you're going to get eaten up in a lot of stuff, and I don't buy that. I bought it last year, and I don't this year out, and I will I'll tell you about it right now. So what can I tell you? So anyway, guys, if you got some questions, why, put them over here, and I'll be glad to answer them. Don, that is terrific. What can I tell you? You're already selling July 4th. Yes, I would think so. Like I said, last year I sold, and I was telling you about it in the PowerPoint, last year I sold a lot of patriotic stuff, paper goods, paper napkins and cups, plates, cups, and put them in a bundle. And I'm telling you, man, you'd be surprised the number of people that go through that and want that for their patriotic parties and that. And so, yes, July 4th should already be selling, because it's not, because a lot of the stuff that's going to sell for July 4th is also going to sell for Memorial Day. It's also going to sell for Labor Day. So you've got all three of those in there, so take advantage of it. And like I say, I know Don has got 3 or 4 regular products that he sells year round. I don't think Don will mind if I say this or something like that, because he's a sharp man and he knows what he's doing, but he's got 3 or 4 products that he sells year round. And then he's starting to implement them, or started to add to them with seasonal items, which are great. It gives you something to do, because once you get your products flowing and you get your reorders set up and everything is automatic in it, there's not much to do in private label. So man, the fun is trying some of these specialty items in that, and start putting on those and start building a brand on that. And man, I'm going to tell you, it might take you a couple years to get that brand going, but once it goes and gets seeded, and man, it's priceless. What can I say? It's priceless, and that's what this business is all about. with the private label, I told you before the private label, I did. I built websites, specialty websites, and which is nothing more than a branded item. A specialty website is nothing more than a branded item. I'm going to tell you, folks. And man, you built that up when it's got a steady income of say maybe $1,000. If you're getting $1,000 a month, and you can turn around and sell that for $15,000-$20,000, and that's what I did. That's what I did, and that's good, folks. And here, the nice thing about it is you don't have to sell these products. You can just, they're reorderable. You set them up on the scale, and a certain time of year you reorder them, and that's it. And you just watch it. Amazon sends you the check. Now, what more can I tell you? That's where it's at. Not going to lie to you. Not going to tell you anything else. Is it easy? No, you got to do some work. Don does some work to get those bundles set up, and Don does some work to find out and get them sourced and everything like that. But once he's got it done, and then once he puts the package together, then my guy, she just sits back and relaxes, and the money comes in, folks. Amazon is faithful. They deposit that money in your account every 2 weeks. You know, I know some of you that are maybe older. There's even some places, I guess, it goes back years ago, way before my time, that if they did it, they would actually, Amazon would pay you every day. But they don't do that anymore, and that's okay. I'm comfortable with the 2 weeks. They can send me a check any 2 weeks they want to. You know, I like it. I like it. Look forward to it. My bank account looks forward to it. My bank, I suppose, looks forward to it. But what can I tell you? So anyway. Got some time for more questions up there if you'd like. We've got about 10, 12 minutes here, so we can talk about anything you want. Doesn't have to be on this part here. It's anything to do with private label and all that. Invite you. So if you can, post your questions up there, and we'll get answers for you. Like I say, as you can see, Don Schaefer's on here. Don Schaefer is a wealth of information himself. Good man, and guy I look to for answers in that. And like I say, I'm sure Don would be able to, would love to answer any questions or anything like that. So, excuse me. Oh man, excuse me. I needed that. As you can see, we're getting this set up. I've got that. We still have not found a permanent place. This is, as you know, if you listen to my broadcast, this is a temporary. We've got this rented up through October, which is not that far away, but we're still looking for a place to buy. And in the Stewart area right here, we got one specific place we'd really like to be. And so far, there hasn't been anything that we like come available. There's been a few things available, but nothing that have, because we have a, well, my mother-in-law lives with us, and so she's 93, so it's some special things, and so we try to keep the bedrooms on different sides of the house. One thing, because we try to get something with almost with 2 master suites, and that's what we got, so she can enjoy one of herself. So she can stay in her room. If she doesn't want her, she can come down. And with the rest of us, but a lot of times she stays in there. She likes to stay in there and watches. She's got her TV programs and all that. So what can I say? So anyway, that's where we're at. We're looking for another place. If anybody knows of anything why in the Stewart area, why we'd be glad to take a look, and we'd be appreciative. So with that, I don't know. It doesn't seem like we have anybody answering any questions tonight. Don put a couple up there. And so can I say, I'm open to questions, guys. Guys, try. You know, the last 2-3 weeks, it's been like pulling teeth to get somebody to answer any questions. And I don't know why. We've got enough viewers on here tonight. And I don't know, guys, like I said before, you don't want me to get up and start dancing, singing, and all that. You know, I saw a cute... and I don't remember exactly how the cute saying on one of the forums today about singing and that, but I don't remember. So what can I say? So it's 50 minutes past. So we've been going 50 minutes here, and I've explained about things. If anybody's got any questions, be glad to answer them. If not, why we're going to sign off, because what can I tell you? It's summertime, and the living is easy, as we've talked about a couple of weeks ago. We're having a good time. my wife and I are going to go up to Tallahassee this weekend because we got some family stuff to do. We've got a couple kids that live up there and got some things to do up there. So we're going to go up there and probably go right, well, kind of close to you, Don. I will say, I'll wave to you as I go past that way. What can I tell you? But we're going to go up and see them. And I don't know if it's much cooler up there in Tallahassee. I don't think it is. I think it's probably hotter, but who knows? So anyway, with that being said, doesn't look like there's going to be any more questions. I am going to sign off tonight, and I want to thank you all for being part of the show, being part of the thing, and listen to me. And I hope you learned something. I know I enjoyed doing this and look forward to it. So without further ado, if that's it, we're going to say good night, and we're going to see you next week. So next Thursday night, 8 o'clock. What can I tell you? The link to the course is over there, privatelabelselling.com. You'll find it right there. So the shameless plug. So have a good week, and we shall see you later. Good night.